Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Hearthstone. So today we're going to do some more Arena. So last time we did Hunter, so we're not going to do that again today. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so between Rogue, Paladin, and Warrior, I think, just because I've been playing the latter lately with my Nightblade deck and I'm feeling very roguey lately, I think we're going to try the Rogue this time. Okay. So first up we have our epic pick. We're not going to take preparation because it is too situational. You don't want situational with Arena, generally speaking. Doomsayer also is quite situational, but the Faceless Manipulator is a wonderful card, so we're going to take this. Not going to do Warlocks and not going to do Priest cards, so our only alternative is the Master Swordsmith. Yep. Sinister Strike looks like it's a good card. But it is actually one of the worst cards in Arena. Usually if your opponent plays Sinister Strike, you know you've already won. Just because, for the record, dealing 3 damage to the hero does functionally nothing, whereas being able to deal damage to the board is usually better. I think here we're going to take Fan of Knives. They're both card draw mechanics, but this could help with aggressive decks, whereas the Acolyte is more passive. Okay. I like the idea of Shiv because it's an early card draw mechanic, but I actually like the idea of Sprint better. Sprint is excellent in the late game. It's a good recovery card, so I think we're going to do this. Okay. Good pick between all the different parts of the game. Right now we have more early than late, so I think we will go... Well, let's go middle. Of these... I like the Stormpike Commando. He's like an inefficient SI7 agent in a way. So let's go with him. Okay, so in this one, the Silverhand Knight is exceptional value. Frost Elemental's okay. Argent Squire's okay. I think we're going to go with the Silverhand Knight, though. Really good value out of him. We're not ever going to take 2 sprints. It's just not necessary. Vanish is not a very good card in general. The cost is too high for what it does, and it also it kills your tempo just as much as it kills theirs, because of course you have to you basically pass the turn over to them and they get to play their minions back out first, so we'll go with an early silence. Here Bloodsail Raider has a great rogue synergy, so I like it a lot. Iron Beak Owl is good. Wind Fury Harpy has too little health for a 6 minion to be really effective, so we're going to take the Bloodsail Raider. Okay, Defias Ringleader is a very good opening card. Fen Creeper and Spiteful Smith are also very good, strong rogue cards. Fen Creeper is just a nice big taunt. Spiteful Smith synergizes very well with the hero power. I think we're going to go with the Defias Ringleader, though. Okay, card draw is good. I don't really like giving the opponent card draw in Arena, especially because it's sort of... If they have made a bad deck with no card draw in it, it makes up for their deficiency with mine. So we're not going to do this. Right now we don't have enough spells to justify the Mana Addict, and the Argent Commander is just a great finishing card, so we'll take it. We're going to take another Bloodsail here. Again, Sinister Strike is no good, and Frost Elemental, it's not bad, but I would like more early game, and Bloodsail Raider is value. These are both mediocre cards. Raid Leader looks good until you realize it's 2/2 for 3 and it's very easy to kill. So we're not going to take that, and Mogashan Warden is also decidedly not so great. Deadly Poison is wonderful. Another Bloodsail Raider. Yeah, you know what? It is the better choice here. A Sprint, again, it's too slow, we don't need 2. Ironforge Rifleman isn't bad, but again it's a 2/2 for 3. It's like a lower level Perdition's Blade, almost. It's not very nice. I don't mind it, but the Bloodsail Raider has better value. Okay, so we have a choice between a very situational card, which we will not take, a very bad rogue card. It's good in concept, don't get me wrong, but it's a 5/3 for 6. 3 health for 6 is absolutely disgusting, and it only has its effect if you combo it, so it's not a very good card. So we're going to go for the Patient Assassin, which is okay removal. It's not bad. Okay, we're going to go for Sap over Assassinate here because it's faster. we're going to go for, how are we doing on creatures? We have no 4s. This is one of those instances where you have to look at your curve, and we're halfway through the deck now, and this is a really weird curve. So we have a decent late game right now. We have a very, very strong beginning. So I think we need a middle. Normally I would probably choose Fan of Knives, but we have no 4s, and we really do need 4s, so we're going to take the Oasis Snapjaw. We're going to take Backstab here, I think. We have a late game, we have a mid game, we're going to take Backstab. And we're going to take the Assassin's Blade. We're definitely... okay, this is tough. So, we're not taking the Alarmabot. Perdition's Blade is really, really good. I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite rogue cards. Blade Flurry is great. We have Deadly Poison, and we have an Assassin's Blade. So we have, essentially, removal. We have two different types of removal that are really very efficient. And I like them both. I think we're going to go for Blade Flurry here. Okay, another epic. Molten Giant, Preparation, or Big Game Hunter. We're going to go with probably Big Game Hunter. Molten Giant is good for late game, but I think that Big Game Hunter is better utility. Now we really, really need a mid game. And so while I would certainly be interested in taking the Silverhand Knight, we're going to take the Earthen Ring Farseer here. We don't have any 4s or 3s, and I really want minions in the mid game, so we're going to take this. Just like before, we're going to take the Oasis Snapjaw here, I think. It is in every way worse than the Stranglethorn Tiger. It makes me want to take the Tiger. What's our late game like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can take the Tiger. I'm so worried about the middle. Usually you want 3s and 4s to be right up there. We have a lot riding on the beginning. We're going to be aggressive, put it that way. Yeah, I think we're going to take the Tiger. It's just too much better. Conceal is not usually a very good card. Stone Tusk Boar is not a very good card. We have to take the Booty Baby Bodyguard, which I don't like this. A 4 health taunt for 5 is not great, but okay, we're not gonna have a mid game here. So we're gonna take the Direwolf Alpha, because it looks like we're gonna have a lot of early creatures, so making them more valuable is good. Okay, we're gonna take the Scarlet Crusader, because mid-game. We're definitely taking the Yeti because of mid-game. Both of these are okay cards, but the Yeti is brilliant. Here, the Raid Leader is really something I don't like. But I don't like any of these cards. I think we have to take the Raid Leader, because the unfortunate part of all of this is that, I mean, the Elven Archer is good for taking out damage, that's fine, but I'm going to have so much stuff on the board with this deck. It's very minion-centric. A lot of Blood Sails, a lot of Defias stuff. I have control to a certain extent, so I will need a way to make those more effective since I don't have much of a middle game. And so the Raid Leader is something I can throw down with a bunch of things on the board to make them more effective for exactly one turn. It's like a tiny little Savage Roar that is much more inefficient, because I don't think it will ever live. That's sort of the thing you have to think of when you're thinking of the Raid Leader. And use it as such. Yeah, I think we do have to take it. That makes me crazy. Shattered Sun Cleric is the obvious pick here. Swamp Ooze or Fan of Knives. Or even the Wolf Rider. They're all good. I like Ooze. I have a really strong... I'm conscious of taking too many 2s, but the Ooze is really good. Good value, especially in Arena, when weapons generally mean win conditions. I have a good low mid-game as well now. I have plenty of 3 minions. So yeah, I think the unfortunate part of this is that we're going to need to take the Ooze here. Doesn't make me happy though. Okay. Wow, and this is the last pick. That's really terrible. I think here... Well, because we have such a lot of early game minions, it sort of feels right to have the Knife Juggler. The Imp Master is another choice here, and the Crazed Alchemist would be cool because we have an Oasis Snapjaw, which could turn into a 7-2, which is pretty great. Yeah, I think we're going to take the Knife Juggler here. Okay, so this is a very strange deck. It is so heavily weighted to the front. We have so many 2s, good lord. We have Blade Flurry and Deadly Poison, which is a great combo. We don't have any SI7 agents, we don't have Eviscerate, but we do have 3 Bloodsail Raiders, Defias Ringleader, Direwolf, Ironbeak, Owl, some Ooze, a Sap, Knife Juggler, Swordsmith, Patient Assassin. That's a lot of 2. Wow. We have ways of dealing with big stuff. We have the Big Game Hunter, we have Sap, we have Backstab, Deadly Poison, Blade Flurry, we have Assassin's Blade. We also have a bit of an endgame, right? We have Sprint, which we will run out of cards with this deck. We will absolutely run out of cards with this deck. I sort of regret not taking Shiv and another Fan of Knives or something, because we will need cards. But we do have a late game. We have quite a late game. The only thing that we're lacking really is mid game. So this deck is essentially, the way it will probably end up playing is it'll come out very strong. It will almost assuredly have plays for the first 4 turns. And then it'll peter off, and we'll be close to top decking by the time we get to 5, probably. But then we'll come in with some fairly good 5s and 6s, and hopefully recover to push with just sort of minion overload here. So, I don't know how this is going to go. With so much weight in the front, I'm dubious. But, well, we'll see how it does. We'll see how it does. Okay, so our first match is up against a Shaman. If he has Lightning Storm, we may be screwed. I do like starting with the coin, though. I think we're even going to get rid of this, and we will keep this because we will use it for the card draw. Okay, that's unbelievable. In a deck where basically half of the cards are 2, we have not a single one in our opening hand. After mulliganing 3 of them. That's absolutely incredible. Good starting luck. This is a good omen. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess what we're going to do here is coin out the Earthen Ring of Farseer. Just to have a big creature on the board. Yep.
My eyes are open. You shall not pass.
Okay, Shield Bearer. He's presumably just going to go for my face here. Okay, so I could put down the Raid Leader, which would give the Earthen Ring Farseer the ability to hit for 4. The other thing that I could do that I would prefer to do here is use the Fan of Knives to cycle cards and have the exact same effect. And we pop the shield at the same time, so we're going to do that. Good.
Of course.
And it'll heal everything up, but it's only functionally healing a totem, so that's okay. Okay, he has all but the Stoneclaw totem. Oh, and he's going to silence it. Okay, with his Earthshock. Well, kill it with the Earthshock, rather. That's good. It means that he doesn't silence something that we have. I think that was a wonderful top deck, and I think I will take the opportunity to play it. Next turn, I think the Assassin's Blade is a strong choice. The Tiger is also a strong choice. Okay. So the Stormpike Commando is quite strong here too. Stormpike Commando means that I could... Well, there are a couple of things we could do here. We could use the Raid Leader and an Owl. Although I don't see a reason why we would use the Owl. We could use the Raid Leader and the Hero Daggers. Either way, I think the Yetis are going to trade. So whether I use the Raid Leader or whether I use the Stormpike Commando is irrelevant. So I guess we'll save the Stormpike Commando and we will use the Raid Leader then.
Handle it.
The Raid Leader is just such an underwhelming card. Okay, a Deadly Poisoned Assassin's Blade looks good for next turn. The other thing we could do is we could use the hero daggers on the Unbound Elemental and use the Shattered Sun Cleric on the raid leader to get the most value out of it and actually get a kill from it. That would leave us with 3 mana. No, I think we're actually going to get value by taking out the totems with them.
Here we go.
Okay, so the Berserker will be fairly easily dealt with. We will just use the hero daggers and the Stormwind commando. Yep, I think that's the thing to do.
Here we go.
And by Stormwind, I mean Stormpike.
I've got a huge gun.
The other thing that we can do here, so I could silence one of the totems, and by doing that, I make it so that if I leave it on the table, he can't ever use that totem again. It would be nice for him to not ever have spell power.
Hit it very hard.
Yeah, it's another minion on the table. So, I'm not actually opposed to this at this stage. Perhaps that's a misplay. Perhaps he has Ysera hiding out there or something, but it's Arena, and so I'm going to be confident in the fact that he does not have something super crazy to silence. That's probably bad logic.
You gotta be kidding me!
Okay, Venture Comarch. So the Shattered Sun Cleric could make it so that the Venture Comarch dies to the Stormpike Commando. And then we could also put out a Taunt, or we could put out the Stranglethorn Tiger.
I wonder.
We could also put out the Taunt and ignore the Venture Mercenary and make it so that he can't actually play any minions while still being safe.
Get behind me.
I like that plan. And I am going to
We must
Shattered Sun
cleanse
Cleric
the Sunwell.
Stormpike Commando,
Hit it very hard.
and we're just going to hit him.
Here we go.
What I'd really like here is a Blade Flurry. Now would be a phenomenal time to pop it, and maybe I will actually save my weapon for that reason, unless something really important comes up. I'm amazed that the raid leader has stayed alive this long. He's a hero raid leader at this point. Lava Burst on the Stormpike Commando, maybe? Yep. Man. Extreme value blood sale. And perhaps now would be a good time to sprint. I think it actually would be. Yep, perfect. So we will trade. And I'm not going to use up the weapon because we have the Bloodsail Raider. And because I'd like a Blade Flurry instead.
I've got the beast in my
Big Game Hunter, wow. You know you have value out of your Bloodsail Raider when. Ah, yes, finally the raid leader meets his demise. So we're certainly going to put out the Bloodsail. And I think we're going to hope he doesn't have Lightning Storm. And we're going to put out some 2s here.
Go ahead.
Bring me steel.
I'm not going to attack the Flame Tongue Totem. I would like to, but I really want my Blade Flurry, and I've got a 1 in 11 chance. I can clear his whole board, so... Okay, so the Master Swordsmith sort of hit the irrelevant target there. The damage to the Patient Assassin, rather, is completely irrelevant. Big Game Hunter theoretically achieved his value, but actually didn't, because he killed, well, yes he did, he killed 2 Bloodsail Raiders that were very high value, but the thing is, the Bloodsail Raiders are 2 mana each, so I mean, it's not a huge loss for us. I was hoping for a magic hit on the Patient Assassin, and he actually gets it. Well, much luck. Now, I really, really badly want my Blade Flurry for so many reasons. It is imperative that we get Blade Flurry. That is remarkably dissimilar from Blade Flurry. The question is whether or not we actually let this happen. Well, I think we put out our 2 5s here.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
The question is whether or not we let all this go on. The Blade Flurry would be incredible, but if that happens, I'm leaving 4 extra damage on the board this turn in the form of the Flame Tongue Totem. I can kill at least one of those sources of damage with my Oasis Snapjaw. I can take out either the 4-2 or the 3-2. It actually doesn't matter. Neither one. The 3-2 is actually better, just because this doesn't actually change. This will become a 6-4, or if otherwise, so it doesn't actually do anything. This is probably a mistake, but I'm going to hold out for the Blade Flurry. I feel like I'm going to regret this. If he does a Bloodlust here, then I will deservedly lose.
You love my new recipe.
Okay. Fair enough. Oh wow, so he, instead of rushing there, he just went right for clearing my board, which I think is actually the wrong choice for him. He could have rushed me down. Come on, Blade Flurry. I only have so many creatures left here. So, I think we're going to... Well, we can Faceless Manipulate or something. Well, I think... So, in any case, I think that the Tiger has to take out the Flame Tongue Totem. Takes 4 damage off the board for free.
So many.
So I think we're just going to do that. And I think that for Faceless Manipulator, because... Yeah, I think 5 and 5 is a good value. I would like another creature on the board, and I feel as though the Gurubashi Berserker is a good one. Yeah, we're gonna do this. I don't like that, but we'll also take him back to the hand. I want as little damage on the board as possible. I'm holding back the Ooze on purpose, because he may have a Doomhammer, and he may have the Stormforge Axe. I'll put him down in the end, if necessary, if I know that I'm in a better position. Blade Flurry wins us the game. And there are 9 cards left, so we have a 1 in 9 shot.
I wonder.
It will, of course, be the last card, and I will lose waiting for it. This is probably the wrong way of going about this.
For the crusade!
He's just trading off, though, so this is okay.
For the crusade!
Okay, so still we don't have our Blade Flurry. I think we are going to play this now. And we're going to pass again, 1 in 8 chance this time. The damage on the board is actually quite low on both sides. It has potential to be high, but it is actually quite low. I think both, or I only have 1 Defias Ringleader, okay, so that's in there. I think a number of low-cost minions are still left in the deck, which will all be useless. I did get an Argent Commander, though. That would help. Because what do I have? I have 6 on the board, 8. If I had 4, I win, actually. If I get the Argent Commander, that's good, if he doesn't clear my board. He'll find it hard to clear my board, though. He can only actually clear 2 things. So with the right top deck, I could win here. Oh wow. So he is very dedicated to clearing my board. That is like one of the worst picks we could have had here. I have to kill the 8-1 that has Wind Fury. I just do. And since we're both top decking, This is 7 and 8 damage. He could very well get 4, but I think that we're not going to do anything about it. We have Blade Flurry and Argent Commander in here. Oh, that's not nice. Wow. Such dedication. Big Game Hunter, again, irrelevant card. Bloody hell. Okay, so we're gonna lose. By definition.
I've got the beast in
That's
my
pretty
sights.
unfortunate, all around.
Here we go.
Does he have enough to kill me on the board? He does. And there's nothing I can do. Alright, that was a really bad first game in basically every capacity. I probably misplayed that more than anything else.
Valera
Okay,
versus
so against a hunter.
Let the hunt begin.
Watch your...
Okay, hopefully our mulligan goes better for us this time. And we're actually going to get rid of the Patient Assassin as well. He's not an early game card. Yeah, it's not so bad, but man, we have so many 2s in the deck. How is it possible that we get this sort of a draw?
Job done.
Okay, perfect. That's better than the ooze.
on your head.
As weird as it is, I think we're going to play the raid leader here. If he didn't have a means to get rid of the much more threatening knife juggler, then we can do 5 damage to him this turn by doing this. Yeah, okay. That's a victory for us. That's sort of a... well, it's an uneven trade, anyway. And we could be mana efficient and get out an ooze, but I think, and the daggers, but I think we're actually gonna hold off on that. Because hunters are very likely to have picked up a weapon in the draft. Coining out what?
Squire.
Oh, Silverhand Knight. Okay.
Ready, sir.
Now I can mop that up pretty easily if I have the Assassin's Blade. Oh, I actually don't need the Assassin's Blade. I can mop that up either way.
I've got a huge
I think I will.
Very hard.
There's nothing better than using what you have on the board with very little loss to get rid of something that somebody has coined out. Essentially, you've gone 2 for 1 there. And in fact, my Scarlet Crusader is right now gone 2 for 1, and probably he will remove it, which will probably be another card.
Do you need a
Oh,
blessing?
okay. Or not. Okay, fair enough. So it's appealing to do the Assassin's Blade here. I think, though, I'm going to put out the Taunt instead. And this might be weird, but I think I'm actually going to skip attacking his creatures and go right for him. Just because we have so much damage on the board with the Raid Leader. Next turn is lethal if he doesn't clear the board. Oh yeah, that's one way to deal with it. Hoping for Misha, of course, and doesn't get it. He'll probably use these 2 things to clear, though. Or he'll go for my face. 6/4 minion is an unfortunate thing to have to lose. He won't want to. Oh, he's going to do it up to 8. And he will hit me with it, probably, then. He wouldn't just trade that. Yep. So I think that means we win. Is that right? No, it doesn't. We're 1 damage shy. So the question then becomes, do we trade, or do we not? And I think we're going to be safe about it. And we are going to trade. And if we're going to trade... Now, I could sprint here. And sprinting is quite appealing, because we already have card advantage, and this would give us all the card advantage. The other thing we could do is Assassin's Blade. We could also do the Tiger, both of which can be accompanied by... Well, no. Assassin's Blade can't be accompanied with the Hero Power. You know, we're going to go with the Tiger, because if he doesn't kill this, this is a win condition. We have it. And it's tough to kill a Stealth Tiger. And we have Assassin's Blade in hand, so we probably win.
I am the blade of the gods.
We certainly... Oh, no, okay. That's unfortunate.
Here we go.
X marks the spot.
Job done.
That's probably the best. Next turn I think we'll do a sprint, if we don't win. Yeah, we'll certainly do a sprint here.
Here we go.
Now, of course, I should not have done that. I should have waited, because if I get the deadly poison here... No, okay. Okay, well, either way, unless he heals, we win. But we'll put out another Blood Flurry, Blood Flurry. Bloodsail Raider here, just because. Make him trade the Drake. Not that it matters. Okay, sure. Good top deck.
I let the dogs out.
Well played.
Okay, cool. So 1-1. That's more the sort of game I was expecting rather than that first one. Ooh, cool.
Valera versus Jaina.
Okay, up against the strongest arena class at the moment.
Your back.
This is more the hand that I was thinking of. We're gonna get rid of these two and try this. I think we'll do Coin Dagger, Bloodsail Raider as our opening play. Put out a 3/3 on turn 2. That's always a very strong thing.
Someone call for the doctor.
Here we go.
Okay.
X marks the spot.
Here we go.
Now next turn we could do the Raid Leader. We could also do the Dire Wolf. Same effect. Raid Leader is more mana efficient, but let's go with the Raid Leader here. Just for the mana efficiency of it.
Thailand lover.
Next turn we could do Dire Wolf between the two of them and do daggers as well.
Just me and Mr. Bitey.
Okay. I think we will do that thing that I said. Reason being, I'm gonna just pop this one here. And, I guess we'll take the damage to the face here, and she will, in all likelihood, try to clear this with this. So, essentially, there's no reason to clear it. I could be wrong.
I wonder.
No, she is going to be efficient about it. Okay. Now, that opens itself to a number of things. I could use Fan of Knives here to kill that, take this down to 5 for no reason. I could do the Stormpike Commando, and if we did the Stormpike Commando, I take out this minion, and my Bloodsail takes out the Water Elemental. Yeah, I think that's a good, strong choice.
I've got a huge guy.
Here we go.
Thailand lover.
The gates are open.
Alright, big fat taunt that we have to surmount somehow. By trading the Stormpike, I suppose, is the way we do that. Nice and easy. We could also... Yeah, no, I think that is the thing to do. And then we'll put down the Knife Juggler and the Acidic Swamp Ooze on either side of the Direwolf and get our own daggers out. I think that's probably the best choice.
I'm ready.
The other thing, actually, is to put down the Knife Juggler.
Apple on your head.
And then probably do this instead. Just a bigger creature on the table.
Job done.
Okay, Blizzard, that's fine. I guess it is better that we put out the bigger creature. Wow, Ice Lance. Quite a thing to draft in the arena. Which is to say, usually it's not the greatest thing to draft in arena.
The spot.
Here we go.
Now the Assassin's Blade here has exactly the amount of hits it needs to kill her, but I'm hoping to do some damage with the creatures as well to accelerate this. I think this match, I could be wrong, but I think this match is quite firmly in hand.
Your magic shall not save you.
Okay, so that secret may well be Vaporize. It also probably, it could be Ice Block too. It probably is Ice Block. So what we're going to do is take her right
Here
down to
we
2.
go.
It would be nice to trigger it this turn. Now it could also be Counterspell. I could use Fan of Knives here to test for Counterspell, and then put down the Tiger. I think that's probably a strong idea. I was thinking about Sprint, but if it's a Counterspell it will suck to not get those cards. So let's do Fan of Knives. Okay. So it is not. It is actually probably Ice Block. Oh no, it's Mirror Entity. Okay. Alright. So, that's fine. That's 9 damage. So, unless she has 12 damage in hand, which I suppose if she has 2 fireballs, is, I might have just lost. Okay, well there's 1. Oh crap. Does she actually have it? No? Okay, I don't think she does. Yeah, she would have used it. That's pretty scary though. Nonetheless, we win here. Oh, no, we don't. Okay. So she's just made it so that we have to prolong the turn one more time. And unfortunately, I don't have a means of getting rid of those things yet. So if I do luck into the backstab, then we win. So we're going to have to do this. And we don't. So what's the best play? I guess the best play is the Bloodsail. The Patient Assassin isn't going to help. The Ooze will be worse than the Bloodsail, so let's do this.
Here we go.
That Mirror Entity might have actually cost me the game. Let's just hope she can't do 5 damage this turn. Oh, let's really hope she can't do 5 damage this turn. Top decking the Arcane Intellect is scary. Okay. Okay. That does 2. So I have 3 health left right now. Does she have a Frostbolt? Okay. No. I guess we win. That was really close.
You win.
Yeah, that was really close.
Well played.
I thought we had it much more firmly than we did. That Mirror Entity really did mess with things.
Valera versus Rexa.
Okay, so we have another Hunter.
Let the hunt begin.
Watch your back.
Okay, so, let's get rid of these things, because they're all not early game, and I guess Raid Leader sort of is. Hopefully I luck into some 2s here. There we go. Oh, perfect. We have, for the first time ever, the Rogue Dream, especially in Arena. We have the
Do you need a
Coin
blessing?
Defias Ringleader play.
This is our town, Scotland.
Yeah, beat it.
That's always so frustrating to see in Arena. Because you know they just lucked into that. Okay, we have a Face Rush Hunter here, apparently. So let's actually do this with daggers. Keep our creatures alive. It's difficult for hunters just to do 1 damage or 2 damage. So we're gonna keep as many creatures as we can on the board. Next turn would actually be better as a Raid Leader than a Bloodsail Raider. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna put down the Raid Leader here. Get some value. I'd meant that to go in the middle for aesthetic purposes, but
Here we
alas,
go.
it was not to be. even more damage building capacity here. We could do Dagger Bloodsail. We could also do Dagger Direwolf, and I think actually given the state of the board, we're going to do Dagger Direwolf. And also we're going to be pretty afraid about Unleash the Hounds at this point.
You're looking at me.
Here we go.
That said, he's at 8 health on turn 4, so we're pretty happy with that. We are worried about Unleash the Hounds. But we have Fan of Knives in hand, so everything should be okay. Yep, we certainly do have the combo. Question is, does he have the Timberwolf? Okay, so we're going to do Fan of Knives, I think, and then a Bloodsail is the default. If we luck into Deadly Poison with the Fan of Knives, we win. And we don't.
You're looking at me. Very hard.
Here we go.
And next turn we have the Argent Commander, so the only thing that will save him is a taunt. Okay, fair enough.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
That is not big enough, though.
Well played.
You're looking at me. You're very hard.
There we go. Nice and quick, 3 and 1.
Valera
Okay, yet another hunter.
Rexxar.
I said another hunter for the first one. I don't actually remember whether or not we faced a hunter earlier. I'm doing this all in one sitting, but I was doing some laddering earlier where I faced a good deal of hunters. Okay, very slow start for this deck.
You shall not pass.
And we have the Shield Bearer. Alright, that's rarely a card that you pick in Arena.
I'll never tell.
Wow. Those are 2 cards that you basically never pick in Arena. Huh. Okay, well,
Here we go.
I don't have an alternative, so we're gonna do this. Next turn, I suppose, will be the Earthen Ring Farseer. One would hope I picked up something a little bit better, but that'll do. Unless he has a crazy synergy deck, this is a very bad thing to have picked. To be fair, last arena run that I did, we faced that rogue that may as well have been doing Constructed. So perhaps he has a very crazy, sort of a changing the arena meta sort of a deck, where suddenly Secret Keepers and Shield Bearers are actually the best cards you can possibly draft. He picked a lot of 1s. I think he might have been trying to go for a Face Rush Hunter, even in the arena draft. He's doing an okay job of it at the moment.
Of course.
Here we go.
Job's done.
That was essentially the only reasonable play there. I don't have any 1-mana creatures or things to do, and anything in my hand was 3s or 5s, so the Yeti was the choice.
I hope you like my invention.
This guy had a lot of quality picks. He really was interested. Wow. Yeah, he's being super aggressive. We just have to make sure, actually, that in his super aggressiveness, he doesn't win. I think we're going to stabilize, though. I'm going to put out the Booty Bay Bodyguard here, and I'll take out the Direwolf probably with the Yeti. Fan of Knives also has its merits. Fan of Knives plus the dagger would take out the wolves, and then I could take out everything. Yeah, I'll actually do that and get the card.
Well played.
So we may have stabilized here. We'll have to see what he plays, of course, but I think we're okay. Wow, look at all the aggression. Yeah, we're definitely putting up the taunt. And I guess we're going to control here. This is incredible.
Get behind me.
Here we go.
Job's done.
Okay, Savannah Highmane. So, I guess what we'll do here is buff. See, the real turn we want here is turn 8, because we have a lot of 3s and 5s. What we could do is Daggers, Patient Assassin, and Shattered Sun Cleric.
My apologies.
He's going to end up taking out the taunt no matter what, I think. Now what I could do is actually put the Shattered Sun Cleric on the Yeti and control the hyena, or the Highmane rather, but it isn't going to help because he's then going to have two 2/2s, and I'd rather not do that. So let's
We must
do
cleanse
this.
the Sunwell.
And I guess what we'll do is,
Choose
well, yeah, let's do the Assassin.
Well played.
Go ahead.
He seems to be pretty confident in the fact that he is 1-0. Keeps on saying well played and all of this. And Unleash the Hounds here would actually pretty much do it.
I
It
want
would take out the taunt. Oh, okay, Silence would also do it. If he got Unleash the Hounds, he would win. Yep, okay, so he wins. That's too bad. Wow, so he has very much a sort of a face huntery sort of a thing.
Valera
Okay,
versus
so Mage.
Jaina.
Again, very strong
You
arena
asked
class.
for it. Watch
But we have a very good start with our Double Defias Ringleader. Or rather, our Coin Defias Ringleader. We finally see Backstab for the first time in the entire run so far. Yep, this is a nice strong start.
This is our town, scrub.
Yeah, beat it.
It's sort of, against a mage it's not as good, of course, but it still means I have a 2/2 on the board that is unmolested, and I've sort of taken her turn. I think I like the idea of the Master Swordsmith here, even though normally I don't think I would. Yeah, I think we are going to do this.
Bring me steel. You're looking at me.
Finally, we're starting to see some of the cards that just haven't come out of the deck since the very beginning. Also, that was very, the new sexy sword animation there. Okay, Flesh-Eating Ghoul. So, it was an excellent thing that we did with the Swordsmith. We'll take this out, and next turn we'll do Double Blood Sail, that will both be 5/3. Assuming, of course, that she doesn't use a Swamp Ooze here. Okay, perfect. And actually what we're going to do here is we're going to backstab and trade my Ringleader.
You're looking at me.
We're going to keep controlling. And I'm actually going to keep this for Blade Flurry purposes. So I could now trade 2 mana for 4 mana, essentially, and take out our other water elemental with mine. The Shattered Sun Cleric is a strong choice here as well. There's a lot of things we could do. I think the Shattered Sun Cleric here, we're going to play. The question is just sort of how. we could make this into 2/4, which I like. We could make this into a 6/3 to replace this, which I also like. In any case, I want to keep her board clean and not give her a chance. So we're going to do this.
Sunwell.
And again, I think we're going to keep the 3/1 dagger. Polymorph on a 2-mana card. I mean, it makes sense. It's a 7/3, but nonetheless, Bloodsail Raider just gets so much value.
Push forward.
It's time.
Yeah, again, we're going to lead the dagger. I'm in such a position to lead right now. I don't need to get her down to 9 because I can do that whenever I like,
Truth is my shield.
including through taunts. Yeah, so now is a really good example of when I would like to do that. And that's actually perfect. So we're going to Faceless Manipulator this. Now, how are we going to do this? Yeah, I guess we're going to trade the Divine Shield. We can trade the Master Swordsmith, and then we can do the Blade Flurry, and then we'll use the other Divine Shield to get rid of it. Yeah, that's probably best.
It's time.
Join or die. Push forward.
Oh, okay. Perfect. That makes it easier.